Hi, welcome to this Let's Play experience. One of my most requested Let's Plays, Google Documents. As you can see here, we're currently playing inside of an untitled document. Let's give our document a title. What would be a good title for this document? Let's think about that for one moment. I think I've got it. Let's call this document... No, let's delete that. I had an idea, but I changed my mind. Let's call it Information About Interesting Things. I could put a question mark after it. That's a fun feature. That makes it more intriguing. Maybe I'll leave that there. And now I'm going to move my mouse and I'm going to click my cursor here at the start of the document. Look at that thing go. It's blinking. A world of opportunity awaits. Let's see, what would I like to type about in this fresh Google document? How about this? Books. Excellent. Now I'm going to use the Enter or Return key to move my cursor down a line away from books. Let's do it again. Look at that guy go. Books. Now if someone reads this document, they can look at the word books and know about books. What else can I do today? Let's see. How about chicken? Chickens. Chickens is several chicken. I could put it in parentheses at the end so that the reader can decide. Let's put a period there by pressing the period key. Now, that seems right. But if I press the Control key and the left arrow key, I can move my cursor straight to the beginning. That didn't work. I thought that it would, but it didn't. Let's try again. Nope, still not working. There. Now with the Control key, I can move to the front and back of the word chicken in front of the parenthetical S. If I don't press the Control key, the cursor just moves one letter at a time, which is a little bit slower than moving at the entire length of the word at one time. Chicken. Books. This information is already getting interesting. Let's see what else we can do. There's still so much further to go. Chickens. Books. Tuesday. That's an interesting piece of information. Let's leave it there. Now, I think in order to give the reader even more information, I'm going to insert a table. A table is like words, except it's made out of lines. Lines that separate the words, instead of like here on this text document, where I have line breaks, returns between the words. I'm going to move my cursor right down here, and using this menu at the top of the screen, I'm going to click the Insert word. That word just made a bunch more words. Let's insert an image. Now that would be interesting. Let's search the web. I thought that I would insert a table, but maybe inserting an image before I insert a table would provide some more information about things of interest. How about space? Space, it says here. Or spaceship. That word is bold. My eye was drawn to it, but I'm not interested in a spaceship. I typed the word space, so I'm going to click space. Pictures of space. Now that's interesting. Look at all these pictures of space. Some of them are of different parts of space. This is a picture of a part of space near to the planet Earth. That is a picture of a sun. A sun. How about that? The sun. Now that's interesting. I've moved my cursor down to a new line, and I'm going to click the picture of the sun. One selected. I can click this insert button, and I'll insert that picture into my document. Looky there. There he goes. The sun. Now that picture is pretty big. I think I could make the picture smaller. By clicking the picture, it looks like I can grab a couple of little squares on the picture. And now, I can move the picture into a different size. How about it goes now into a smaller size? Look at that one go. How about that? What do you think? I think it looks great. How about this? Let's see what else we can do if I click the insert thing there. A table. Well, there's no time like the present. Let's give that guy a spin. How about this? A 3x2 grid. That means it will be 3 grids wide and 2 grids in tallness. That's pretty tall. You know, when I was in school, I learned that always when you write words, the first ones should be indented. These aren't. If you look at this little ruler here, right at the top of the screen, you'll see that there's a left indent. I can change the margins of the document. And you know what? Since we've been talking, it started to bother me that these words aren't indented. Let's make this better by doing a little indenting. Now, I can press the tab button on my keyboard. Look at that guy. Just have a look at that. Now books is indented, but chicken S isn't. I can press the backspace key. Maybe I'll put the books right there again, and I'll use the chickens to indent that instead. Now notice that here, the first line indent thing is in a different spot. I can use that to change the amount of distance that the chicken S is gone. That's a good deal of distance right there. That looks right to me. You know, I think that's pretty interesting. I don't care what my teachers said in school. That's the way I want this to be. Let's put some information right there in that box. How about, let's see, cars. Then in this box, I'll put another title, distance. And over here, weight. Now I think these are going to be my titles. I can double click the words to make them bold. That way the eye is drawn to them. Sort of like when I pulled that drop down about space over, and some of those words were bold and I noticed them pretty quick, didn't I? Let's try this now. These are my titles. Underneath this, I can add some more information. I think I'm going to need an extra row, so I'm going to highlight the row and right-click my mouse, and I'm going to insert another row below that one. Look at that guy go. Now there are 2 rows. How about this? I'm going to select this text, and I'm going to make this text white. Whoops, uh-oh, now it's gone. Now it's not there anymore. But guess what? It is there. It's just white. You just can't see it anymore. So let's fix that. Let's go here to this background color button, and look, there are so many colors that I can choose. But you know what? I think the color that I need, the opposite color of white, is the color of black. Now it's black. Now I can see those titles. Look at that black happen. Let's see, what cars can I put in here that will be interesting? How about a taxi? That's a kind of car. That's underneath the car column. That's because the car column is about cars. How about a truck? You know, now that I wrote the word truck, it's occurring to me that a truck is a kind of truck, not a kind of car. I think I'm going to press the backspace key as many times as there are letters in the word truck, and now the word truck is gone, because a truck isn't a car. Let's see, what's another type of car? Not a van, not a bus. I think a type of car is a race car. I know, because it has the word car in it. Now these are the distances that the taxi and race car can go. A taxi could go one distance if you wanted it to. Many taxis do every single day, all year round. 24 days a year, 7 days a month. Race cars can go a really much bigger distance, a lot faster than that. They can go almost 1,000 distance. But it depends on how much they weigh. A really heavy race car is a lot slower than a really faster race car. That's why a race car that only weighs 25 weight is even faster than a race car that weighs 27 weights. Look at that. Now that's information about an interesting things. Race car of a 1,000 distance, weight of 25. Taxis weigh a little more than race cars, that's why they're slower. I think that race car, that taxi, not the race car, is going to weigh 50 weights. Now look, using this bar on the side, we can see even more of our document now. You know what this document is missing? We've given it a title on here, but not a title on the document. I'm going to use the Enter key to bump everything down. I'm going to move my cursor, I'm going to put that right there in the center. And then I'm going to use not normal text, but a title text. And I'm going to say that I'm going to type the title of the document. Now that's good. You know that it's a title because it's a lot bigger. But if I put an underline under it, now it's really a title. Now you definitely know. You know? There's a lot of information on here, but I think this distance might be the most useful information. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to make it easy to find that information. I'm going to insert a bookmark. Using the insert menu right down there, that's the word bookmark. That's the bookmark I think I'm going to click. I did it. Now there's a little bookmark flag right there on that guy. That guy looks pretty good. Let's see here. Now, I think I'm going to come down underneath the title. Maybe let's make a little space. And let's put this right here. I could put it on the right side, but then it would start to become disorganized, and then it would be harder to find the information. Let's put it right here. Let's put 1,000 speed, or distance, not speed. We didn't put speed on this column, on this table. Maybe what I need to do is put a speed column. Let's insert a column to the right of this column and call it speed. I'm going to put it in all capital letters because it's faster that way. So the taxi goes a speed, let's see, maybe it goes 60 mph. I think that's a typo. Pub M isn't a word. If I see how there's a little squiggly red snake under there? That's because I typed the word wrong. Pubum is not months, and 60 months, MPHs, is how fast a taxi goes. A race car is a lot faster than that. See, it doesn't even like that. Maybe it's because I didn't space bar between them. That was it. That was the problem right there. How about this race car speed now? This speed is going to be more like 500 speed. MPHs, miles per hours. That's a lot faster. That's as fast as many race cars can go. Taxis usually don't go that fast. But look at me go. I'm going almost as fast as that because I've gotten sidetracked. I was going to put this bookmark in here. Let's use this bar on the side. I also have a little wheel on my mouse that I can roll using one of my fingers on my hand that make the screen go up and down also. But since I'm trying to show you on the screen how I'm playing Google Documents, I'm using the things on the screen rather than the things on my mouse, since I'm pretty sure you can't see my mouse. If you can, that's pretty interesting. Let me double click this speed here to give it a small box of a shape. Now, I'm just going to stick here a link. Now you can put all kinds of links in, like a link to a website, like www.google.com. Now if you click the link, it will go to the Google website. But that was kind of a mistake, and in this case just a demonstration, so I'm going to change that link and instead of putting google.com, whoops, I moved that guy right down there. That's not what I meant to do at all. How about this? I can use the Edit Undo button to make that stop happening. See, I did it. Now it's gone. Let's change this one more time. I'm going to remove that. And now, instead of putting in a website address, I think, you know what I'm going to do? Let me tell you what I'll do. I'm going to stick in a bookmark. Now it looks like we've already got one. And you know what? We do. That's the little blue flag we put down below on the page earlier. That's the bookmark we want. Now I'm going to click this big button that says apply, and it's going to apply the bookmark. Now I clicked away from that so that it would go away. Now, if you get to the document and you think that you want to go read about this speed more immediately, so that you don't have to go all the way down below using this thing on the side, now when you come to this document, you can just click that guy right there. And there's a thing there that is a bunch of letters. Now that doesn't really look like much, but if you click that, it will zoom you right down the page right to where you want to go. That's pretty interesting. I think this document is looking pretty good. Things are seeming nice. Information about interesting things? Why yes, don't mind if I do. I think so. I find this very interesting. What else does it need? Not much. I think we're almost done. I have an idea. Let's have just a little bit of fun with one last little thing. Let's do a bulleted list. Even better than a bulleted list is a numbered list. We can put a whole bunch of things, like a list of numbers. Like that. Now sometimes if you don't want to make a list of numbers, you would use a bulleted list. Because a bulleted list doesn't have numbers. It's just a list of things that you want to be next to a dot. Like a chair, a couch, and a sarcophagus. Those are all things that you can sit in if you're dead. That looks pretty good to me. Now the last thing I think this document needs is not another bullet point. Hold your horses right there, don't get ahead of yourself. I think it's maybe a little bit different line spacing. I'm going to select the entire document. Now I did it. See how everything's selected? Up here, I can change the amount of line spacing. I can make it one single line. See how everything got smaller? I can make it 1 and 1/15 lines. And that's a little bit more bigger than that other one was. Or I can make it double lines. Now that looks pretty good, because everything's already now on page number 2. You know how I knew it was page number 2? Because when I click over here it says page 1 of 2. But if you're reading this document, you might not see that, which is why we might want to put some, what do you call those? I've forgotten. Page numbers. That's the thing. We can insert some page numbers on this document. Let's see if we can find where those go. Header and page number. Let's put a page number on the lower right of the document. There it is. Now page 2 has a number 2 page number on it, and page number 1 has the number 1 page number. That's how you know it's the first page. I think this document is just about done, and our time together is just about up. The last thing this needs is just a little bit of fun. I'm going to stick a little highlighting on there using a yellow highlighter so that you definitely don't miss that. And since I don't want you to miss the double chickens, that's right, there's more than one, I'm going to emphasize that, as we've learned, with a little bit of bold text. And I'm going to make it pink. That's a little hard to see. I think I'm going to make it a different color, maybe red. Now that's really hard to see. I'm not sure that's what I wanted. As we've learned, you can undo any number of times. Now I think I'm just going to leave it maybe red. And now it's perfect. And now the document is done. It's as good as it can possibly be. I think we've all learned a lot of interesting things about interesting things, including Google Documents today. Thanks for joining me for this Let's Play of Google Documents. We've all been in this together. And you know what? We're probably going to be in it next time too. So take it easy, and I'll see you then.